Alright, here is a quick tutorial on how to express a decimal as a fraction or a mixed number as a fraction, and then get it into simplest form. Some of them are going to be really easy, like number 1 here, and some of them are going to be a little bit harder, and so I'm just going to do a few random ones so that hopefully you get the idea of how to do that, or how to do this. Sometimes I have the kids turn their paper sideways, so when they're working, they can use the blue lines on the paper to keep things straight. I always ask them to organize their paper so that we can see their work. So if they are going to put it on if they're going to put their work on a separate sheet of paper, I always ask them to label everything so we can find their work later. So that's question number 1. We're trying to take 0.8 and make it equal a fraction, okay? These are the easiest ones to do because it's an 8 in the 10th place. If we're talking about place value, this is the ones, this is the tenths. So very easy, simple one to do. 8 in the 10th place is 8 tenths. It's not in simplest form. One of the ways that we know that is because they're both even numbers, so we know that they can both be divided by 2. So we would put it in simplest form by dividing by the greatest common factor, which in this case is 2. So whatever we do to the numerator, we have to do to the denominator. 8 divided by 2 is 4. 10 divided by 2 is 5. And there are no more common factors between 4/5, between the 4 and the 5. 4 has 2 and 2 as factors, and 5 just has 1 and 5. There's nothing else we can divide by. So I would have them box their answer, and most likely write it back in on the sheet of paper here so that we've got our answer. So that is the simplest way to change a very simple decimal to a fraction. And in a separate video here, I'm going to show one of these other more involved ones.